Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to this very special show, which is the travel update with Oz India Travels and Tanvi. This is, by the way, our 12th episode, but the first episode of 2021. Would you believe it? Yes, 2021. Once again, welcome to the show, Tanvi.
Thank you so much, Umeshji. Thank you, everyone, for such an overwhelming response. Really good to see you all in 2021. So like Umeshji said rightly, it's 12th episode. We have already gonna cross around 3 months, which is really a big deal. We have really learned a lot throughout the way, and thank you for really asking amazing questions. We're gonna go through some of those today as well. And remember, you can always go through our last 11 episodes on Australian Indian Radio Facebook page, YouTube page, on our page as well. So yes, let's get started. Before we go ahead, let me just inform you all that today's information is general information only. For all the up-to-date information, please check all the relevant website, government website, because rules may change anytime.
Yes, and the rules are changing all the time. As we now, look at the cluster in Sydney, there were flights that were supposed to resume, but then once again, borders are closing. So it is very important that you keep up to date and always check. And as Tanvi rightfully said, that if you need further information, you can always go back to our episodes, which are always online there. So moving on, what's the update for this week or this year, by the way?
There are so many amazing updates, Umeshji. So to start with, I would like to share you all that South Australian tourism, they have started again another voucher program that's worth around $2 million program. So that's, if you have not got that one, just go and grab yours. Just in this one, let me just mention here, $100 voucher you can use if you are taking or any participating properties in Adelaide, and if you're going to regional areas, you can claim around $50. Seems there was a bit of clash in the website because there were so many people landed at a time. But if it doesn't work, just go through and go back again, and you can do the bookings up till you can take this one up till 31st of January, and you can travel through up to 31st March 2021. So that's from South Australia. And next one up is from New Zealand. So I think that's something great news. We always wait for it. Since as per my news, there is one flight departing from Auckland just right now, guys, 7:40 a.m. Auckland time, and gonna reach Brisbane 8:25. Since it's already been arrived here, should be arrived here. And according to that one, it's a quarantine-free travel. So you all, if you are coming or in future, just for your updates, people who are coming here, they have to fill the Australia Travel Declaration form. And that should state that you were in New Zealand for 14 days. And yeah, so this one just arrived today, and really happy for everyone who are here. And hopefully we're going to have more updates from New Zealand, and hopefully there'll be a lot more flights going and coming back from New Zealand. So that's from New Zealand. There is another update from Qantas and Japan Airlines. So they have just seems lost an application for a joint business agreement, which will see them coordinate activities to build flight operations between Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. So guys, in future, if this particular agreement approves, then you might see there are a lot more options coming for Australia, New Zealand, Japan between these two airlines, and there'll be more options and better deals. So that's, I think, a really great news. And next up is about the cruise. I just saw and I'm like, yeah, it sounds like really a good hope for travel industry and those who are planning to go and take some cruises. So Celebrity Cruises have announced more than 30 sailing abroad, Celebrity Infinity and Celebrity other cruises, and that's for 2022 and 23. And these ones are going to Asia and South Africa itineraries. So you can definitely go and check that out if you're interested in any of those. There is another update from New Zealand, which I just missed, and I just want to go through with you. And that's about the adventure levels. So I know there are quite a few of you who love to go on adventures. So the guys, this one is there's a company called GCH Aviation Division. They got the coast-wide helicopters, and they just launched a new heli biking experience on the west coast of New Zealand, New Zealand South Island. So after purchasing a set of helicopters bike racks from Canada, this company can offer travelers a chopper ride from Greymouth with their bikes to around 56 kilometers Pepera track, cutting out around 15 kilometers mountain climbing. So it will be best experience whenever you get chance, Australia, or we have a lot of viewers from New Zealand as well. You guys are definitely go. So it will be a best experience for you if you love trekking and helicopters and all sort of things. So please check that out. It will be amazing experience. Next up is from Qantas. So you might have heard our other episodes where we discussed that Qantas is planning to start international flights, or they have suspended up till 30th of June. So guys, there is another news which just came up, and I'm very, very happy to share with you all, is that Qantas has given us a very positive sign. They said they're going to start international flights from 1st of July. And fortunately, that's my birthday. I think if they start, I will be the happiest one too. To start with, they're thinking to start flight for US, for United Kingdom, for UK, but they can still suspend some of the sectors. We are not yet clear about India, but hopefully India should be there in picture. We'll definitely update you next few weeks if we have any update about that. But so far, they are going to start booking from 1st of July, travel and up till October 21 at least. And there will be non-stop flights they just mentioned. That's from Sydney to Santiago and New York to Los Angeles, and some flights to Fiji as well. So yes, there is a really great hope and positive sign which Qantas has given to us, which gives us hope. Yes, the commercial flight may be going to start, and maybe we can, world will open and we'll have a bit more movement happening. So yeah, it's the really great news. Next up for the Singapore Airlines. So I know this is something Singapore Airlines is being really very, very popular among everyone, especially those who are, all of you who are going to India. And people always ask, okay, give us some more updates, because you are curious to know that's what they are doing. So guys, Singapore Airlines have extended their complimentary rebooking policy, which is great, because many of you have booked your flight last year, and earlier they said, you can only have that booking active up till 31st of December. But now they're saying you can have, it will be active until 28th of February 2021 so far, and you can reissue the ticket up till 5th of March. So if you have booked directly with Singapore Airlines, or you have booked with any other travel agent or anyone, you can always contact them and say, just get my booking active, and you want to keep it active. Or if you want to apply for refund as well, Singapore Airlines is doing the best, guys. So I have mentioned that quite a few times before too, that if you have bought a Singapore Airlines flight, you can always ask for the refund, because they are giving you refund even if you have flown one side, which most of the airlines doesn't. So yeah, that's why we call them really the best airlines, and that's why you all are really happy with Singapore Airlines as well. So please do that. Another very great news I just saw from Singapore Airlines is they are trialing a new digital health verification process, which means they are trying to link it with the IATA platform, which means whenever people are doing COVID-19 tests, they are trying to check the authenticity of the passenger's COVID-19 test through that. They have already started trialing that between Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, in some of the pre-flights already. And they are selecting some clinics around that as well, where they can get the paper health certificate directly with a QR code, so they can verify, because there is a possibility, maybe some people come with a fake one. So, but it's very, very important that, everyone is safe. So I think it's a very, very good initiative, very good thing which Singapore Airlines is doing. And hopefully all other airlines will come with this option as well. So yeah, I thought I'll just share with you that this is something exciting which we saw. Next up is from Emirates. So Emirates, if you remember, I think 3-4 weeks back I told you that Emirates is planning to have their premium economy product. That time they have applied and they were waiting for approvals and all that. So luckily, guys, or happily, I would say that they have already unveiled their long anticipated premium economy product. So that's already available. They're basically available in the sense that it's being approved. They're going to have in their 6 new Air buses, which is A380s, as well as some Boeing 777X aircrafts, and due to join the fleet in 2023. So you might have really great experiences in premium economy with Emirates very soon as well. And next up is with Qatar. So Qatar Airways is offering passengers a full year flexibility of 2021, which is allowing you to do the unlimited date changes and refunds as well for all the ticket issued on and before 30th of April. So I just want to touch a little bit here because I heard from some of you that you were not aware that Qatar is not operating now between Australia to India, and you have still booked the ticket. So I think it's a good time for you that if you want to apply for the refund, you can. You can still save your money because after this time, we're not sure whether you can still get the full refund or not. So I think this is the best time for you. If you have the ticket and you want to get the refund, you can get that now. Or you can apply for voucher as well. They just mentioned that if you have booked directly with them, you might get the voucher within 48 hours as well. So just keep that in mind that it's a great chance for you to do that. Next up, very quickly from Sri Lanka. Same, Sri Lanka has also started their tourism activities. Just started very first, lot of tourists after March. So yes, we have a great hope from Sri Lanka as well. Hopefully, for Australians also, there will be a lot more updates, and you can fly to Sri Lanka. So these are the main updates for this year so far. We'll definitely come back to you with more very soon. And and if you have any question related to that, you can always message us. And that's what it is, Umeshji.
What a wonderful information there. A lot of information there as well. As I've always said, you are always a wealth of information there. Now, talking about the information, one question that keeps popping up all the time, and everyone asks, I think there were some comments in the last segment as well, is if and when are the commercial flights going to resume?
Umesh, there is really no set deadline for commercial flights. So like I just mentioned a few minutes back that Qantas is planning to start flights from 1st of July. So that's really a great ray of hope for all of us that flight's going to start. Mm-hmm. However, there is no other updates from any other airlines. They just kind of predicting that it will start maybe in March, or some may say from June. So far we're expecting it to be starting maybe in 2 to 6 months or 3 to 6 months. So it's hard to say, but I would say things are really improving in a better side. So hopefully we should have, they should start maybe in 3 to 6 months as of now.
Yes, I heard in one of the news that Qantas said, give us at least 6 months lead time for international flights. Yes. Okay, so what options do people have now from Brisbane? What flights are open?
Okay, so from Brisbane, we have 29th January. That's our charter, like I mentioned last time as well. That's Malindo Airlines charter, and the fares start from $1,099. Yes, right, guys, you have heard it right. So fares start from $1,099. That's for 15 kilos. So 15 plus 7. If you're not going to take too much luggage. If you want 30 kilos luggage, the fares start $1,199. And there is an option for 14 kilos and business class as well, which is $1,999. Now, we can connect to any city in India as well. So fare for that one starts around, if you go with a longer haul and less luggage, then you might take that for $1,299. And then depends how much luggage you're taking. That's number one. Option 2 is the Emirates flights. So Emirates flights are there, still available on most of the weeks up till at least February, March. I can see their schedule. So pretty much every Fridays we have from Brisbane with 1 stops. Remember that stop is a bit longer, 20 to 23 hours. For Ahmedabad, we generally have the standard around 17 hours halt, but the best part is you go straight to Ahmedabad. Now, guys, there is one thing which I want to mention and have been asked by many people, so I thought I'll touch base at the same time. If you are taking Emirates flight, you are eligible to take lounge or hotel. Now, who can take the lounge and who can take the hotel, which is very important. Now, the lounge you can take if you are Indian citizen. They are giving a lounge for all total duration of time you are at the airport. But if you're Australian citizen, you can also get the hotel. Now, why Australian citizens are getting and not Indian citizen? There is only one reason. It's not discrimination or anything. Because Emirates had most of the hotels outside the airport, and Australian citizens don't need visa to go outside. But for Indian citizen, you would need visa. That's the only thing that they are given extra option. However, if you are Indian citizen and you still want to have hotel, there is another option. We can give you hotel right at the terminal, which will cost you around $290 per person, where 3 people can share the same room. So you still have option, but lounges are pretty great as well, since they are giving you some meals there, buffets there, and you all have all Indians around you. And it's pretty good. And if your parents are going, I always apply wheelchair for everyone, so there is someone to take you to lounge or to hotel and bringing you back. So I think people are having good experience in Emirates as well. The only thing, they had few cancellation here and there, but yeah, it's always possible to change them. So yes, you can definitely think about Emirates. And guys, if you don't want to take long hauls and if you can't make it to 29th January, once again, we can connect you from any flight available in the market, from Sydney or Melbourne, even Perth as well right now. And so anything from Brisbane to India, any small airports, Madurai, Vijayawada, we can connect you anywhere. So yes, you have quite a few options available.
And that is wonderful. Can I have both the lounge and the hotel, please?
No, how can you go both ways? Yeah,
No,
you both ways.
Yes, the lounges, especially for Emirates, they are very good. They are world-class lounges. Yes, they're very good. Well, right now, moving on, so we've covered those options here from Brisbane. So moving on, what about Sydney? What's the options from there?
Sydney has quite a few options. First of all, I want to say happy journey to everyone who are flying tonight. There is a flight tonight from Sydney to Delhi. So I hope you all have a fantastic time. And guys, those who couldn't make today, please don't worry. There are quite a few options. So after today, the next flight is on 15th of January. That one is for those who are going to Bangalore or the South States. And 25th February is also to Bangalore. But those who are going to Delhi or want to have connection through Delhi, we have 3 more flights. That's 16th January, 21st January, and 30th January. And if you can't make 2 charters, want to have state flights, that Vande Bharat mission flights are also there. So Vande Bharat mission flights are there, and their fare starts around $1,798. And charter fares starts around $1,100. So yeah, it's up to you which option you want to choose, but definitely there are quite a few options for you, Sydney.
So that's wonderful that there's so many options from Sydney, which is at this point in time a bit challenging area. But right now, any update for coming back from India to Australia? We always like to keep an eye on that situation as well.
Umesh, from India to Australia, I heard there are 3 flights scheduled for this month as well. But once again, we have no option to book those. Everyone needs to register with DFAT. That's on the website www.covid19.dfat.gov.au. And they will be contacted if they are in line for Qantas flights. They will be contacted via email or via call. If there's an Air India flight, you have to keep watching as well when they are coming. I would suggest everyone to keep checking Australian Stuck in India Facebook group as well, because that's really a great source of information where you would know that what you should do and what new flights are coming. Because seems these DFAT updates are not coming to everyone. So the general updates comes to everyone, but for Qantas flight, seems they are sending to those who are selected. And there are very less number of passengers who can board this flight, so you might be missing those ones. But if you are contacted and part of group, you would know that who got that and what are the upcoming flights. So yeah, that's from India to Australia, Umesh.
Okay, so now if people are traveling at this point in time, as we know, every time we look at what are the things that they need to do, so what are some of the tips that you might have for people at this point in time?
Okay, so basically, I think before we go ahead, the tip, I think we kind of missed the Melbourne flights as well. So I think Melbourne guys must be waiting around. So Melbourne guys, for you, we got flights, Singapore Airlines flights and Sri Lankan Airlines flights. So if you are keen on Singapore Airlines, the next available flight is on 15th of January. That's to Bangalore. Then we got 22nd January. 5th of February and 19th February. And we have Sri Lankan Airlines flights as well. In case you can't make to those flights, there is one flight day after tomorrow on 9th of January. There are some business class seats available on that one. Then you got 23rd January Sri Lankan Airlines, 29th January, 11th February, and 25th February. So there are quite a few flights. And also want to mention about the Perth to India guys. There are still, I think, last 25 seats left on 21st January flights. And we can connect you anywhere in India as well. And the fare of that one start from $1490, just so you guys know. Now, we can come back to the tips part,
Sure.
if that's okay with you. Okay, so tips wise guys, I really want to share with you all that in last whole week, actually in last definitely 12 weeks, I'm being watching and checking all the updates and all the questions people being asking. And I think in last couple of weeks, especially last week, I've seen a lot of people who have cancelled their flights. So I thought I just want to give you guys a tip that how you should select the flight. So guys, first of all, whenever you select, please make sure that how much percentage of chances of you going, because as you know, all the charter flights are 100% non-refundable. So I've seen at least, I think, more than 10-15 passengers in my thought that those who have cancelled and lost the whole money. Some people have lost the deposit. So just check before you book it if you are not sure, because as I mentioned, there are quite a few flights guys. They are the flights going pretty much every week, unless your parents or your own visa is getting expired, then you have to be in hurry. Otherwise, if it's not urgent for you, then you can wait for a while, for a few days, till you actually can decide the date, because I know it's really hard to see your money, your hard earned money is going for no reason. That you can't get it back, or because these days charter companies also not transferring to other date guys. So please make sure before you book your flight that you are definitely going on that date. Other thing guys, I want to give you a tip is about the registration. So register your details, because I heard from some of the passengers, they were talking very casually, and I heard from some other shops and lounges as well that these days, because of COVID, many places ask you to register their details. They put the QR code as well somewhere saying please register it. And I have seen quite a few people who said, they don't want to register it because something happens, they will be contacted. So guys, please make sure it's the safety for all of us. It's just not you. If you avoid it, and something happens, it's not really a good idea. So this is a time where we all have to come together and help each other. So whenever and wherever you go and they ask you to register your details, please do so, because that's really very, very important. Other thing was about the domestic flight. So I have seen quite a few passengers who have not done web check-in. So for all domestic flights in Australia or India, guys, we always recommend you to please do a web check-in. Because sometimes, in the last minute, they might do a little schedule change. I had one instance just a few days back where flight was preponed by 1 hour, and this person didn't see that, didn't do the web check-in. Luckily, he was there, and it was just 10 minutes that he could do the check-in. But please do that; it's very, very important. Other one next up is about the mandatory forms. So please fill only those columns who are mandatory. So I'm talking about basically self-reporting form and air Suvidha exemption forms. I can still see there are a lot of people who are panicking because there are a lot of rejections happening. It seems like more than it used to be. Sometimes I saw people got 4 or 5 rejections. So please don't worry about that. Just fill all the mandatory columns where it says start, that it's a mandatory to fill. But if it's rejected, you can do it once again. So there is no problem about that. Next up is definitely from India. A lot of people ask, they are taking different routes. You must be watching our last episode. I always mention, please be careful which flights you're booking from India, because this is a very hot news these days. and everyone try to do a different routes. But whichever flight you book from India, just be very careful about that. And last not least, please register yourself with DFED if you have not done already. If you are stuck in India, please keep checking and re-register if you are not getting any updates, or call them to make sure that you are there on their registration and you are active and really ready to come back. So yeah, these are the main updates for now. And don't forget to watch our last 11 episodes. This is the 12th one. If you liked these information and if you want your friends to know it, please share this video, or you can send YouTube links on WhatsApp as well to your friends, so they all keep updated as well, and you can share on different groups. So yeah, and if you have any questions, so feel free to email us or message us, or put on this post, and we are definitely happy to grab that. So you can call us on our hotline 040-440-3264. You can see our local numbers as well, and so Brisbane one is 0738115084. You can come on our Facebook page, which is Oz India Travel. You can always see me pretty much active there, or even on my user as well. I'm always happy to connect with you. And you can just send us a missed call or message us, and we are always there. And also want to mention once again, which I always do very proudly, that doesn't matter what, guys, you have booked with us or not, doesn't matter what question you have, no question is silly or anything, you can always ask us, you can always message us, and we are there to, and me and my team is always there to help you. And on 29th, I'll see you at airport as well from Brisbane. I am always live from airport. So not only that, even on Brisbane and Melbourne, Sydney as well, we have our representatives on those airports in for all our flights. So whenever you have anything, and we generally create a WhatsApp group as well for all the flights, so the co-passengers as well, in case your parents or you need any help. So there are quite a few options available, and there's a help throughout and everywhere. So just yell or just call us, and we are there for you.
And once again, thank you very much for all that information, Tanvi. There's a lot of information there. And as she has said that, even if you have not booked through them, you can always contact them to get that information, get some friendly advice, and which is very, very important, because, many times people don't understand few things, and if they're not able to contact wherever they booked from, they can always contact you, and you provide that information. That I class as community service. I think you should get an award for that. And it is wonderful to see that things are moving and things are happening. These are tough times. Times are very tough for anyone, and if anyone's moving around and not knowing what to do, because these are not normal circumstances, so that's where contacting someone like you and getting that information is so very important. And as Tanvi said, you can always go back and look at many of the episodes which we have covered. This is our 12th episode, and at that juncture, I'd like to thank Tanvi, for being regular and being persistent. Many times people do take up many things, but then they, always fizzle out. But you have been there, consistent, which is a credit to you. Thank you so much for that. And so, in conclusion, if there's anything you'd like to say to all our viewers.
Just thank you so much for really so much love, and keep us going. I think because of you all, I try to read more, try to be updated more. So all thanks goes to you all. It really gives me energy every day to do something new, and I always wait for this Thursday, believe me. Not only you, but I wait for that as well. And thank you so much to you as well, Umesh, for giving us this platform in Australian Indian Radio, Brisbane Indian Times. It's really great, at this time, you are helping so many people around and keeping them all updated. So really a big thank you to you and Australian Indian Radio.
And thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. And Happy New Year once again, guys.
And wonderful New Year to everyone. Thank you so much.